Andy, how much do you anticipate Willie Gay being able to do? I mean, mostly scout team stuff, do you figure, this week?
Yeah, I don't know that. We'll get him out there and see what he can do. It looks like he's running around pretty good right now, so we just got to see when it comes to the football part of it. But,
Coach, on Monday you mentioned a conversation had to happen with Josh Gordon to see where he was, and you added him to 53. How did that go, and what did he tell you that?
yeah, so he feels good. He feels like he's in pretty good shape and wants to get going. So, he's got experience, and I've learned over years that the veteran guys will tell you how they're feeling and where they're at because they know what's ahead of them. They surely don't want to embarrass themselves. So he feels good about getting in there and kind of getting it started, and we'll see where it goes from there. Whether he's active or not or whatever, we'll just see how it goes.
Last week you indicated you thought Josh Gordon was in a good place in relation to his off-the-field stuff. What did he say to you, or what did you guys learn about him, what he's been doing the last few months that would lead you to say that maybe this time it's going to stick?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get into the exacts on that, but he has been doing well, and the league keeps a close eye on that, and they felt very comfortable with him, how he's handled the last few months, and he feels good about it himself, and then I've talked to a bunch of people that have had a chance to coach him, play with him, and it's he's a good kid, and we all have our issues, and he was working through those things. So more power to him.
You saw him a little bit last week. Been around him now for a little while. What are your thoughts about him as a guy, and then what he can do for your offense?
Yeah, he's a tremendous guy. I mean, you can tell he loves playing football. He loves being here, loves being a part of this locker room. And, I mean, the talent you can just see. I mean, how fast he is, how big he is, the way he's able to get in and out of cuts. I've been able to throw to him a little bit here now, kind of off to the side a little bit, and I think we'll try to do whatever we can to kind of bring him up to speed as quickly as possible and try to utilize his skill set.
One thing that you tend to do is try to get guys involved off the field, become friends with them, your relationship with Travis. Just what have you learned about Josh since you've had a relationship with him, maybe off the field, that you didn't know before?
Yeah, I mean, I think he has those Texas ties. So, I mean, we've talked about, no offense to Dieter, but because he's a Yankees fan, but the Astros, we talked about kind of stuff like that, him going to Baylor and things like that. And just seeing how humble of a guy he is. I mean, he truly is someone that wants to be here, wants to be a part of this locker room, and I'm sure we'll keep building that relationship as the season goes on as well.
You've watched plenty of quarterbacks. I know you take sort of bits and pieces from certain guys. Just what's it been like to watch Josh maybe this year or even during the offseason, and what's it been like to compete against him, similar to Lamar and obviously Justin Herbert?
Yeah, I think what you see with Josh is as he gets better and better every single year, he's not satisfied with where he's at. I know I've watching games. I've heard he works with his throwing motion. He works with his feet. He does different type of stuff to try to get another edge. And I think that's what all the best quarterbacks do. It's something that I know I do is I go look back every offseason and I want to find one thing that I can get better at and try to continue to get better and better. And I think you've seen that with Josh. They put a lot on him to make a lot of checks at the line of scrimmage, to make all the right decisions, throw the ball, run the ball, do all that different type of stuff. And I think that's kind of what's put them at this level where they're a dominant team. And so he's definitely gotten better and better each and every year. And I'm sure we'll have a lot of battles as both of our careers go on.